Yeah, I got this upside down, don't I? We're getting there. How is it going, everybody? Look what we got. We got Dad, Raja Bende Ganhana. We got Rhinestone, Susie Q. Dad, heck yeah. I think I might even seen Dylan. I'm not sure there. Be sure to hit the like, y'all. Here's what we got. Here's our peeping Tom. We've decided that we're going to carve him. And you see where he goes. You know, we'll see what happens. Here's what we got. Here's our peeping Tom. I can hear myself. I can hear myself. I don't know why that is. I don't want to hear myself. How about that? I'm not sure what's going on with that. I can hear myself. I don't know why that is. I don't want to hear myself. How about that? Hold on just a second. It's glitching. I need to try to figure out what's going on here. Okay, for whatever reason, it's not doing it anymore, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. I could hear myself. It's like I had I had Livestream and I had something here going beside me playing it. It's weird. Oh, well, you'll have that, right? All right, let's see who we got real quick. We got Raja. What's going on? Baby Kisses. Susie Q. Michael S. Super Fan. John Perry, the Carving Wizard. Heck yeah. Glad to see you guys in there. Here's what we got. We got this guy. And we're going to try. I watched Matt do this the other day. And it was really, really cool. I really, really liked it. I want to do the same thing. I want to try to make this. So I watched Matt's video a little bit. Started doing this drawing of the peeping Tom. I was looking in the window. And now that we got that done, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't turn this into a piece of wood. Because local law enforcement said that this wasn't good enough. They needed a side profile in order to chase this guy. And I tried to tell him, look, it's just a guy that lives in the trees. You know, I mean, it's not that big a deal. But anyway, that's what we got. And so let's see what we can get. Okay. A little bit of liquid inspiration. Set that over there. It's only the second one I've had today. Don't be getting all judgmental. No. All right. So, let's go again. First thing first, I got to try to clear that off. And that piece moves, but a little bit. I think I might try to work with that and leave it because it'd be a kind of cool crack if you could leave that in there. But I'm just going to clean the surface off. That's what I'm going to start with. And I got to turn my handy dandy air or a dust collector on over here. He didn't sound like that. I'm just saying, he didn't really sound like that. It was more of a yeah, like kind of like Beavis. Kind of like Beavis. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm putting the face mask on, so there's It don't feel bad. As long as I keep my face rooted years that has his feet cracked. So it's kind of get an idea. It's about 50-50. Actually, it might help me just set that out for a little bit like that. And get him lined up. Kind of line it up. So, that drive on here, it's going to have a long way to go to get to that. I don't mind. Basic shape, a little bit at a time. You know, we want to be out like this, not too drastically. That's got to come back quite a bit on this side, get that even. And actually, this here probably ought to go this way, so do the whole thing that way. Might be a little better. Might be a little better, I don't know. We'll find out. It might not look nothing like the drawing before it's all said and done. I don't know. But I watched what Matt did the other day. Let's say he made these simple little BIGFOOT carvings. And Matt made it really interesting. Interesting and true point. One thing about it, no matter what it comes out looking like, I could call it a BIGFOOT. And I mean, since nobody has one to compare it to, hey, Grace Dust 777, best chainsaw carver in the world. What's going on? LJ Woodworks, glad to see you. Heck yeah, y'all be sure and hit the like button. Appreciate that. Anyway, whatever it comes out looking like, if I think that's what BIGFOOT probably looks like, how you gonna prove me wrong?
Okay, I'll get my picture out of the way. Put it over here for now. Let's start taking some of this down.
this pointy Bauer burr kind of get down in the crack of the face, bring the crack of the face out, and dig that in there, and kind of this here too, like you can see these lines in the drawing. Try to bring that out, dig some depth for that, and go from there. You start by doing that, and then come back to that one there. But anyway, we'll see. Right now, it's just still a piece of bark and nothing more. It might always remain that. It's hard to say. It may end up being a piece of kindling. We may just burn it. You never know. All right. Appreciate you guys being in there. Be sure to hit the like. Hey, Vineyard, what's going on? Glad to see you in there. Tim Lest. Heck yeah. Glad to see you guys. All right, let's keep going. One thing I did think about, though, I can do is I can zoom that in a little bit more. There we go. I'd put that a little closer. Okay. But that's bark. When you're on this upper layer of the bark, you just never know. That's what I'm figuring out. time I got in a hurry and I stuck the head down on one of those holes and snapped my shaft or my drive cable clear off. Way it goes when you're stupid. But oh well, at least I can admit it, you know what I mean? Dumb. Sometimes we're dumb. It's actually kind of sort of starting to look like something, I think. I don't know what you guys think. A little bit ape-like, a little bit maybe. I don't know. Hey, Michael S., super fan. Heck yeah. Hey, Runic, what's going on? Raja Bendigahana, my buddy. Dad, my buddy, what's going on? Hey, Vineyard. Well, you know, buddy. Cheech. Heck yeah, glad to see y'all in there. LJ Possum 350 Legend, howdy bud, what's going on? Okay, I'm gonna keep going with this. You guys keep hitting the like button, but he's starting to actually turn into something. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Okay. Kind of looks like I don't know, a guy I know lives down the road. Let's see. Let's compare him with my picture I got going here so far. Yeah, I mean it's kind of sort of, maybe a little bit. Need to do something in brow. That brow ain't very good, is it? Okay, so while I got this out, let's look at it, and I'm gonna try to add some detail on it. Kind of poke my head. Poke my head, get it in my head. Let's see. These are really kind of not that big a deal, other than, let's see, get a little bit of that. A little bit of line. Good there to work with. And before I get into the eyes, I'm going to come in through here and take some of this out, give you those holes. Work on that stuff first. And then looking at the lips a little bit better. For now, I think I'll leave it like they were. And then having much of a cheekbone really ain't that big a deal. This one needs actually needs to come down a little bit, dig out a little bit more even than this one. But let me get ahead and work this stuff, and then I'll throw it on top.
One more piece at a time there. I'll get my paper out of it. little bit closer up what we got there nose wise. I think that nose looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a eye for it.
Like I need to check the depth between these cavities first to get from there, because I might need to punch more down in here. Yeah, I do. I really do. I need to take more out right in here. Try to even it up. Let me do that first, and then we'll go back to it. I'll do that with this one. I need to take a lot out. I can kind of get up in there over the brow too. Back on.
Yeah, I'm digging. I've been wanting to do this for a day now, but I'm pretty happy. Pencil those eyes, man.
I don't know. This is my first attempt at this. I've done very few faces. And so this Bigfoot face, I think he's coming out not too bad. You know, so far, not too bad. Now, I can screw the eyes up, but that's okay. I mean, I can always, like Matt, when Matt was doing his, he wasn't even giving them eyes. And I'm going to try, you know, just I thought it'd be cool to do. But anyway, what do you think? Does he look like our suspect? He's getting kind of close, you know, a little bit of resemblance for our suspect. I'm not really sure. All right, hey, 38 watching, 38 likes. That actually sounds right. Okay. Let me see if I can pencil these in. And that sounds like an old Coast Guard captain's license guy. He ended up doing some time for lying to the Coast Guard, actually, because that's what he would tell these students that came in there, just penciling in. And he got caught on a falsification of records. Well, that was interesting. Yeah, it wasn't shocked. I mean, I wasn't shocked. Yeah, I don't want to give him too groovy eyes. other one to look that way. That's going to be the issue. Take them out. Now this one's bigger. Now I'm using it might work it down. Yeah, it is, but it's got eyes, it's a lot. Two things that you can count on: if it's got eyes or if it's got gas. That means it's a lot. And you can smell it. Or it was alive, in the case of that. How about that? There you go. But doesn't that look like a you know, like he just got done going to a Queen concert or something before that guy died? I don't know. Is it a little tight on the mascara there? But anyway, let's see. See if we can't figure that out.
hard to get the detail in there the way I want. But anyway, I mean, it ain't bad. It ain't great. It ain't bad. He got eyes. I guess on there it actually looks pretty good. Can't complain too much about it. Okay, I'm gonna start giving this guy some hair. I'm gonna blend him in, give him some hair, try to work that these rest of his work. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with it, honestly. I mean, eyes is eyes. It's okay. It's not great. Could be better. Could be worse. And actually, I see where I can see a few things I can probably bring it out a little better. I'm gonna try.
I want to see if I have it. Take that straight line out the top of the head. There's enough space there. If I go ahead and I can cut this down like it's really a square head and actually take a good bit of that off. I just think it's gonna look better if I do that. But I mean, here's what we got so far. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, my first attempt at trying to make a Bigfoot face, I ain't complaining. It is what it is. Yeah. I don't know how good he looks compared to this guy. I mean, he looks like he could be a relation. I don't know. That's the way it is. Maybe not close relation. They're Bigfoot parasite relation. I don't know. Okay, let's get some burrs out. But, I don't think they get married in the animal kingdom. It's something that was established for them. People that didn't grunt. Marriage was something that was established for people that theoretically were not supposed to grunt at each other. So he had low T, it's kind of a bald squatch. I don't know, but I think that looks ridiculous without some hair. So let's work on it. think I need to mark this dude and be happy. Let's see. That looks alright. Okay. Anyway, that's it. You know, I had to give him some hair. I didn't want him to have a male, you know, pattern baldness, low T or something like that. So I had to give him some hair. I don't know if he looks as good that way as he did before I cut that end down. It kind of looked creepy, you know, when it comes right down to it. But that's alright. I mean, he can look creepy. He's a Sasquatch. You know, what's he supposed to look like? Hello, everybody. Welcome to my woods. I'm going to eat you. Please strip and die. You think that's what he's saying? I don't know. But anyway, that's good. This is some good. Hey, Ariel, what's going on, man? Glad to see you in there. This is some good practice for me at, you know, messing with us. Hey, Littlefoot, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You'd buy it? I hear you. Yeah, it'd probably be like $20. I don't know. I ain't trying to get rich. Anyway, I don't really think I believe it's worth anything more than that. But, heck yeah. What's going on, Runic? All right, and be sure to check out Creation Dust 777, best chainsaw carver in the world. He is in there. And, you know, hey, what do you think, Cheech? I think it kind of looks like Cheech. What do you think, Cheech? I mean, not really. It sounded good, though. I had to mess with you a little bit. Oh, well, let me set this crazy thing down. It was fun to make. That's about it for that thing. I'm not going to go any further with it. But I've been wanting to try that. And after I seen Matt did it the other day, he did these little ones. And, well, it would be cool, you know, try to start out to making a Bigfoot. Now, let's do a comparison to the drawing. Let's see what we got. How close does he look to the drawing? Yeah, you know, kind of, sort of, maybe. A little bit. Kind of creepy. You know what he looks like? It looks like something you see on the Discovery Channel that somebody made up. They said they dug it up, but they really made it out of some clay, baked it, and then they dug it up, you know, smeared it full of mud, and they said, this ancient Indian artifact to show that we popped out of the ground 7 million years ago, and we all grunted at each other. You know what I mean? It does look like that, doesn't it? But, you know, that's what we got. All right, guys. Hey, I had fun with that. I've been wanting to do it. Not quite an hour. We will be back on here tomorrow morning. Chainsaw carving. Something. I don't even know what yet. Let's see what we got here. Nailed it. Littlefoot. Hey, man, I appreciate that. First time trying. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Yeah, bury it somewhere. Go back and dig it up a year later. Kevin, I already knew the answer. I'm in the Midwest. It'll be full of termites. You know what I mean? Termite food. Man, my beard's like crooked. It's weird. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, guys, I know Baby Kisses, she likes to make fun of me. But, all right, hey, you guys have a good night. I will be back. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, maybe 9. Maybe 9. It's hard to say. That's right, Schmuck Stars. Yeah, Runic. I like the sound of that. Schmuck Stars. Heck yeah. All right, Baby Kisses, I love you. Awesome. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow morning between 8 and 9, something along that line. Hey, I appreciate that, Grumpy, and hopefully you don't mind me comparing my Bigfoot to you. Hey, let's compare it to me. Let's see. Resemblance? Seen a resemblance? Here, hold on. Does that help? I don't know. Anyway, it was fun. I'm glad I got to make it. Glad y'all had a good time. And yeah, twins. Runic said it. Twins. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate that. I'll be back tomorrow twice. Chainsaw carving. And that's all we got. Come back when you can stay later, you schmuckster star.